Within the last few weeks, there have been so many rumors about Nintendo 64 games coming to the Nintendo Switch Online service alongside NES and Super NES games. The Nintendo 64 had so many great games. Hello? The Nintendo 64 games were just announced to be coming to Nintendo Switch. Gosh dang it! I'm Jake Ket, coming to you with animated apparel, and let's get into this. There are obvious choices for the Nintendo Switch Online service, but here are a few Nintendo 64 games I would like to see that I don't really expect. My first game, probably being the most recognizable of them all, is Conkers Bad Fur Day, a game that initially came out for the Nintendo 64 in early 2001. This game was initially titled Conkers 12 Tales and focused towards a younger audience, but that changed once the public received its first glance and criticized it for being yet another children's platformer. The next time it was shown, it became the first adult-oriented platforming game published by Rare. This game felt a lot like Banjo-Kazooie, but aimed towards an older audience. This game has seen many re-releases and even a remaster, but sadly only on Xbox consoles, since shortly after Conkers Bad Fur Day released, its developer was acquired by Microsoft. After already completing this video, a Nintendo Direct showcased that Banjo-Kazooie would be available via the Nintendo 64 online service, so maybe this game coming to the Nintendo Switch Online service isn't too far-fetched at all. Secondly, I would like to see Gex, both 2 and 3. The Nintendo 64 was known for having great 3D platformers, so it's no surprise every game on this list is going to be a 3D platformer. Gex came out in August of 1998 and involves collecting different types of remotes to unlock different TVs in the hub world that then lead to levels based off of popular television shows and movies. You must traverse through all of these television channels collecting remotes so Gex can make it to his nemesis, Rez, and escape the media dimension. This game is nothing but constant pop culture references, and while I would love to see a remaster or fourth game in the series, a playable version on the Nintendo Switch would make me just as happy. Lastly, Bomberman Hero, also releasing in 1998. From previous videos on this channel, you probably know I'm a big Bomberman fan, but to be honest, I don't think his 3D platforming games are that good. With this one being the exception, I've heard people compare the story of this game to Star Wars, some even saying it's a parody of it. In the game, a princess steals a secret data disk from an evil empire, and she safely smuggles out the information through a robot, but is captured herself. Bomberman is training in his headquarters when the news arrives about the princess being captured. Bomberman chases after the Garden Empire to save the princess, but the Empire eventually claims back the discs to rebuild their leader. The style of this game reminded me of previous Bomberman games, but it had its own unique and even cute spin on things. I know not all of these games are the best games on the Nintendo 64, but I think they all deserve re-releases and they all definitely have a cult following. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and even comment a Nintendo 64 game you would like to play on your Nintendo Switch.